Hi, I'm Joanna, and I work with adult survivors of childhood trauma. I want to ask a question and hopefully answer it in a little bit in this video because is a longer conversation. Now, is it important that you address the effects of traumatic life events? Whatever the trauma was, whether it was rejection or abandonment, whether it was parental separation or divorce, parental mental health, whether it was abuse that you have experienced in all of its forms, sexual, physical, mental, whatever. Whether you've survived that abusive relationship, what now? Is it important that you do anything? I mean, you've grown up, you've left the relationship, you're a Christian now. Shouldn't it all disappear? But it doesn't. Here are some things to consider why it might be important to address it. People who've experienced childhood trauma, there's an associated risk of lung disease, diabetes, autoimmune illnesses, anxiety, depression, stress-related illnesses like irritable bowel syndrome, ulcers, and the list goes on. Now, is it important that you address it? Again, I'm going to make you make those decisions. I also wanted to point this out. So you've grown up, you've survived the abusive relationship, then the child that grew up in that home would have been considered a traumatized child. Is it important that you get the skills to help them or direct them in the path to have the answers? I'm going to let you make the decision again. Children have limited language skills, especially around feeling states. They don't know how to externalize feelings. And so when things happen that has traumatic events that have an emotional connection, we tend to internalize it. And when we internalize it, it manifests itself in anxiety and depression and the autoimmune illnesses and the things that I spoke about. So is it important that these get addressed? So what are some of the things that you've been trying, but you're still ill? The depression won't go. The anxiety won't go. Some of the physical symptoms that I've spoken about that you're experiencing, they're not going either. I want you to consider another option. And I want you to perhaps close your ears to anybody who would try to convince you that you don't need it. I really want you to know that you're worth it, that you're worth walking a journey of healing because you can, because Jesus says, I will heal your wounds and restore health unto you. But here's the thing. It's not going to happen without any effort on your part. If I could count how many people say to me, Joanna, I thought when I became a Christian it would all disappear. The many people who says Jesus doesn't love me because the depression isn't going. And people tell them, believe me, they do, that if you were close to Christ, you wouldn't have had depression. You know, that does something to me because I know that that's not true. Now, our ministry works with people who have experienced childhood trauma. And we do retreats and conferences every year. This year, our conference is going to be at the Malmaison Hotel in Leeds on the 24th of March between 9 and 5 p.m. And I know it's just a one-day event, but in that one day, we're hoping to give you skills and tools and information and resources that you can use to begin to do something else. Add another tool to your toolkit that you can use to help you when you go home. I'm going to make you make that decision, but I'm hoping that you'll be one of those 80 people in that room. I'll see you there.